Welcome back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, I spent a little time with Mickey and the boys last night on Sunday Night Fights.
Oh, did you?
I did, along with many other people. But so Sunday Night Fight last night was 1792 Foolproof and Rare Breed Barrel Proof. We had a draw last night. We couldn't get to a champion. This is like, in a month's time frame, we've had two fighters and they just couldn't pull it off. So it was a good show. I definitely was, I was lubed up last night, man. I can tell you that.
Well, they should maybe, and this is hopefully Mickey and you can get this over to those guys. Why don't they have like a little list of panel, like, 5 judges. You can be one of the judges and then they could do like a little vote and that way there's no draws.
Yeah, they don't want anybody to steal their show. Hey, they're not letting clowns like me and you on the show. That's for sure.
There you go.
But man, let me tell you, this 1792 Foolproof. I've got a couple of bottles. I hadn't tried this one before. I don't know why. I just hadn't gone down that road. It's fairly affordable. I think it's around $40. I think it's like 124 proof or something.
Wow.
Maybe. Yeah, it's good and gamey.
Yeah.
But it's smooth, man. It's got a nice long finish to it. 125 proof, nice long finish. Some good baking spice notes in here. Yeah, it's tasty. So let's see. What you been up to, man? Did you do any hiking this weekend?
I did a little hiking this weekend. I did. Had a good time. Beautiful weekend here in the Carolinas and watched some golf. It was an exciting golf weekend. We got old Shades was 2 for 2 on the Champions Tour. I mean, he was in my back. Actually, they were in my backyard. He didn't come to the one here in Cary or Raleigh area the week before. Then they were in Virginia, so he was about 3 hours from me. This last weekend, I didn't get a chance to go up there and see him.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't.
6 hours in the car is not my ideal weekend, but. Yeah, 2 for 2, man. What do you think about that? I think we need to get the MGM Sportsbook, from the last week and start putting some money on Phil.
Well, every time he shows up, I mean, here's what I think about it. I think that number one, I think there's a law against beating up on old people. So I don't know if he'll be able to make it back to the next one or not. But I think that when they see those when they see that reflection pulling into the parking lot off of those shades. The locker room talk probably goes, I'll let you know how it feels to get finishing second place again. Here comes old Moneybags.
And I think I did see there was a featured group on Friday of last week. It was him and Miguel and somebody else. Yeah,
I did see that too. Yeah. I think about it. Who was it? I saw it. Can't think of it. Yeah, but that's an awesome pairing to have Phil out there on the tour with those guys. And I mean, he played with all those guys. Who like Weir's out there now, and you got plenty of people. Lots of familiarity. So it's good, man. I think it's awesome. It's we'll see if those guys really step their if he forces them to step their game up.
Oh, and Furyk. I think it was Furyk. Yeah.
Oh, Furyk. Yeah. Because those courses, obviously, they set them up a little bit easier than they do, the PGA Tour. And clearly, Phil's probably thinking like, shit, man, why didn't I turn to 50 sooner? What are you sipping on there, Danny?
Oh, it's still the same one as last week, the double oaked.
Oh, the double oaked. It's a good. I hope I get to taste that pretty soon.
Maybe you will. I'm disappointed.
Hold on before you go there. Before you go there, you got to talk about your weekend? I don't know why I never get to talk about mine.
Nobody cares. I read the comments. Nobody cares.
Do you have to show me where that's at? Because I'm missing. I didn't see the comments. Where's that? Am I blocked from the comment section?
We want you to keep doing the show. You don't want to read those comments. No, I'm just kidding. Tell me about your weekend.
Let's see. So I did get a chance. So a buddy of mine, he joined Berkeley Hills Country Club. So he had me out as a guest on Sunday. The weather was absolutely fantastic. A little pullover, some shorts, and a few pops on the course. Man, it was such a good day. Now, weather-wise, it was great, and the course it's a nice course. I would say it's a traditional kind of country club setup. You know, it's in a neighborhood community kind of thing. There's not a ton of houses on the actual course, but it's a really nice track. I think this is maybe the second or third time I've played it since he joined, and boy, did I play like shit. I mean, I played so bad.
So you were being nice to the members.
Oh yeah. It was. I definitely helped my handicap out this weekend. Let me tell you that, man. So
yeah,
which will be good. We got a little heading to Myrtle Beach next week for a little art. Well, I want to say vacation, but we're actually going to be working. We got 36 holes the first day, 36 holes the second day. And then we only have 18 on the third day, but let's see, we're playing, what are we playing? We're getting on Tidewater for sure. We're getting on True Blue for sure. We're getting on Heritage for sure. And I don't know, the other two are open. I think we're looking at potentially World Golf Links, Caledonia, which I've played before and would absolutely play it again. It's fantastic. And then I think we're going to play one of the barefoot courses. I don't know which one. So you take it away for a minute there. I need to look at a couple of notes. So got a couple of people to mention that they're helping.
Well, we had a fantastic time late last week. What day was that? I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. We were recording on Thursday. It'll come out next week. We had Penelope Bourbon on, and those guys were a ton of fun. Oh my gosh. We had 2 bourbons we were tasting that day. They had the rosé, and they were making us salivate over that. Man, we want to get our hands on that rosé. I know you surely do. Mm-hmm. They said that they were, they got the idea, I think, from one of their wives was a big rosé drinker, and like, oh, well, we should do a cast, or a barrel, a rosé barrel. I'm like, okay, let's go find one. But rosé is not often aged in barrels. It's in the stainless steel things. But they did find some in France, and they released that recently, and they're going to send one down for us to sample with them on the show again. So those guys are really fun. They were a good time. So that was a ton of fun. Penelope Bourbon, if you guys haven't checked them out, make sure you do that. They're in a lot of states now. I think they said like 11 or 13, something along those lines.
I thought they may have said it was 11 or 13 that they weren't in.
Oh, maybe it's more. Okay. Maybe
I think so. I may be screwing that up, but
yeah, but that was a ton of fun. We liked those guys a lot. A lot of golf talk there at the end. They give us some diamond in the rough with regards to New York City, New York State, Jersey, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, good stuff there. Let's see what else we had going on this last weekend. Well, my Dolphins won again, so that was good. They they pulled one out. Old Brady down in Tampa Bay is kicking a little butt. Oh, your boys lost, the Braves.
I know, man. I was sad to see that. It's like, good Lord, and the dude, jacks a home run, there at the end. It was, but hey, here's the thing. So anybody that's listening, if you're an Atlanta sports fan, be it you live here, or maybe if you moved away, you've definitely adopted another team or other teams, that's for sure. But I mean, disappointment just comes with the territory. It was good to see them get to, the game before the big game. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, all in all, I don't know. Can you be disappointed? Well, you can, but you shouldn't be discouraged by where they got to, right? And let's be honest. I can't believe that they kept up with LA in the way they did. I thought it was going to be a smoke show from the Dodgers, right? I figured it was going to be lights. I actually thought so halfway through when the Braves were 3-0. Mm-hmm. I thought that it was. I would have pictured that being the Dodgers. If you would have asked me what's it going to look like, I didn't think they were going to be able to keep up at all, man. But by God, if they didn't, man, it was good showing. Good showing by all.
So coming up in the pod this week, we'll be releasing the Mirror one with Chip on Wednesday. And then
that was a good time chatting with Chip, man. We had a blast with him. Yeah.
So he talks all about Mirror clubs. He's out of Savannah, Georgia. And that was a good time. I mean, really good guy. And we get into what makes Mirror so great, how they make the clubs, and the efforts that goes on. He's with Usher Golf. He owns Usher Golf, and That's a fun one. And then we're going to get into Tom Patry, your buddy, on Friday. We'll release that one. We had a ton of fun with him last week. We got a Sam Snead story that was insane. I loved that Sam Snead story. And he gets into Seve. He's got some Seve stories that he talks about, and a little bit Arnold Palmer as well. So both of those were fantastic chats, man. I had a good time last week, and Penelope as well. So yeah.
Last week was a great week. I thought everybody brought their A game except for me, and I really enjoyed the hell out of it. So let's see. I was looking for. So we had a chance to get. Let's see, who is this? Oh yeah. So Fairway Fillets reached out to us on Insta. Oh. And oddly enough, they're going to be over in South Carolina next week when we are. So we may actually hook up with Fairway and Fillets and see what's going on. I don't know. He didn't pick the courses yet, but he did reach out. I guess we'd mentioned it on the show, or maybe he saw it on Instagram. But he reached out and said, "Hey, what courses do you play and any recommendations?" So we definitely told him what we were playing and then mentioned a few others. But man, the folks over on the Grand Strand, they've been very helpful. To us wanting to come and review and get some. We'll have plenty of video. We'll probably do a pod. Well, we're going to do multiple pods in the upcoming weeks with, we're going to spotlight some superintendents, man. So, we mentioned we played Tobacco Road, a month or so ago, and chatted with the super there, Morgan Stevenson. And, he was like, "Oh yeah, that's going to be awesome." And also we talked with, I was in Myrtle Beach earlier this year, and we spoke with Sean Donahue, and they're really excited to get kind of a different aspect and be able to share kind of the, hey, here's what the course is all about kind of thing with us, right? So, how are you maintaining, especially right now coming into fall? I mean, there's lots of things going on, with maybe overseeding or punching the greens, that kind of thing. What's that look like? How are you maintaining it? That sort of stuff. So that should be fun to get a little different aspect of the golf course on. Let's see. We've got, so if you do follow us on Instagram or Twitter, you probably saw we've got a ball marker release out. So we're going to call that a small batch release with PC Customs Golf. And we'll have a pod coming out with those guys pretty soon.
Yep.
And then our friend, the Salty Golfer, he just finished up his giveaway. I want to say it was a 3,000 follower giveaway, but he had a ton of shit on there, man. So, we gave some stickers and tees and whatnot, but, he had head covers and, he had golf ball. He had all kinds of things. I forget the dude's name that won it, but he did do that drawing on Sunday, which kind of sparked something for us. And we're going to do the same thing. So I think we got some stuff coming from PC Customs Golf. Rag Proper Flask actually got back to us. They're going to do something. I think they're going to donate a flask for it. So we're going to spotlight about 10 brands. High quality, good stuff. Fury Golf is, they're going to throw in some stuff. You may get one of these lids that I'm wearing today.
Fury Golf's cool, man.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think their podcast just released.
It released last Friday. Yeah.
Last Friday. Yeah. So check it out. Awesome time chatting with Ted on there. Who else did we connect with? Albatross Golf. They make alignment sticks. I think they're going to kick some alignment sticks our way. Trying to get blue tees, rangefinders to kick a rangefinder in. So we're looking for, 10 real kind of quality pieces, right, that you can wear and or use on the golf course. I guess you could use it if not, but I mean, hell, you got 10 buddies, you win that thing, you've got your Christmas list taken care of for the year.
It's true. It's a good point.
Yeah, I know, man. Multitasking here.
Yeah. And you got some new tees coming up.
We got some new t-shirts coming up too. So yeah, we did kind of some Masters they're ready. So we got some Masters parody shirts. Who we got? What's the club down in Louisiana? Doggone it. St. Mary Golf and Country Club. Yeah, St. Mary's Golf and Country Club down in Louisiana. It's his second order. So he ordered the presidential parody, and so he ordered the Augusta parody. So sent a few more of those out today. So we got some left. I think maybe sizes are getting kind of limited, but yeah, looking good, man. Things are kind of rocking and rolling. So reach out to us, like, subscribe, comments. If there's stuff you want to see, or you want to hear. If there's people that maybe you're looking forward to, like to hear a chat with them, we'd love to hear that, and we'd be happy to reach out to them. Looking forward to getting Dottie Pepper on the show, man. We gotta get Dottie on sometime. So we've been trading some comments on Instagram. So that should be fun when once we can settle on a date for that. Kind of excited.
Yeah, I think that, we got one big major coming up. CBS is not having a ton of coverage right now. So, probably more Q1 next year with that, because, obviously you probably want to make sure it's like, as we're kind of gearing up for the big season or whatnot, it's not, that's the one thing that's really kind of POing me right now, is that golf's not on, the major broadcast right now. It's all on the Golf Channel. Like, there's golf to be found. And, that's not good for golf, but I guess it usually happens this time of year anyway, but it's a different type of season this year. But it hasn't been on CBS or NBC for a while.
Right. Yeah. What else we got, man? We're ready to want to get into this DraftKings, and
I'm ready. I'm disappointed in last week.
Well, speaking of, I did come out with did have some green on my scorecard at the end of the round yesterday. So I didn't lose any money. Didn't make a ton, but I covered myself, and got some spending money for a cheap beer too.
I broke about even. I had we played the kind of guys that we talk about on the pod. We got our featured lineup, but there's a lot of guys we like, and we kind of mix them up or whatnot. Man, I don't know what happened to Matt Wolff last week. Good gosh,
cocaine and hookers, my friend.
How do you go from like tied for first and second to going into like almost DFL? I don't get it. It stay there the entire week. Hey, Matt, well, thanks for the $17,000 for my one and done.
Well, hey, here's the thing. Like, so I think I mentioned last week or at some point that I didn't think that I had DJ in a lineup. I did have him in a lineup, and I forgot to. I didn't go back and look because I'm like, I don't need to worry about it. I didn't put him in one anyway. So I'm looking. I'm like, oh shit, I did put him in there. So your Matt Wolff was the equivalent of my DJ.
Well, I'll tell you one thing right now. I probably could have played. I guess probably not exactly, but I probably could have played DJ in these lineups and done just as good.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for all the bogeys there, Matt Wolff.
Exactly.
But I'll tell you one thing I'm disappointed in is that we didn't know on Monday. I guess we didn't know that he was going to test positive.
We didn't.
That was Tuesday.
Yeah.
But, on Tuesday, we should have redone our one and dones because DJ's out with the COVID. You got Kokrak, who's sponsored by the MGM, who owns Shadow Creek. All the signs are right there. Take Kokrak.
Whoever says that Vegas isn't rigged, bullshit.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. But congrats to him. It's his first PGA Tour win. So
did I read I'm not, it's like just stare at the letters long enough and so you can come up with something, right? And that's how I look at reading. So did I see that if he wouldn't have won, he would have set the record for the most tournaments played without a win?
I don't know. That makes a lot of sense because he hadn't won and he's been playing for a long time. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense because everybody was surprised that he hadn't won. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I think that and I didn't read like the details. I just kind of skimmed over the headline, and it said something to the extent of, with Jason Kokrak winning this tournament, he avoided this. Right. And that's, I kind of skimmed through, and that's essentially what I got out of it was if he wouldn't have won in Vegas at Shadow Creek, then he would have played the most tournaments without a win.
Yeah, it could have been. Who knows? He's a top 30 player in the world. Yeah, for the most part, right? At least in the FedEx Cup points and that kind of thing. He's done really well. Some ups and downs or whatnot, but overall, he's always in. He's always around. We know who he is.
Yeah. I noticed you didn't invite Sweet Cream to the show. Is that because he won the one and done again? I think I may have won it with Bubba Watson, right?
You won the one and done. You actually took the lead this week in the one.
Yeah, I
took the lead.
So.
Yeah. But he is not invited back until I get back in the one and
done. So I thought that was not a bad pick there though. Bubba, he's kind of getting things pulled. He's kind of reining things in.
Well, you said that place plays a lot like Augusta, and guys like that love that kind of terrain. I bet if Phil played well there a couple of years ago with Tiger. Those lefties love that same kind of terrain, and yeah, it was a good pick. I had played him in some lineups. I made some money with some Bubba lineups. Nice. Yeah, but I probably should have played him in the one and done too. But yeah. I'm probably going to do a Travelers next year or something like that.
All right, let's see, man. So we're heading to Thousand Oaks, California. We're staying out on the West Coast. Terrell Hatton's probably like, thank God. Just getting used to this time change over here. But we're going to be at Sherwood Country Club for the ZOZO Championship. Typically, I think it's typically held in Japan. Maybe all of them are held in Japan. I don't know. I didn't go back and look at that many detail. I know last year was in Japan. I think previously that's kind of the case. Tiger Woods won it last year. And so we're at Sherwood Country Club. It's a Jack Nicklaus design. What'd Jack say? There isn't another golf course in the world that has a more beautiful tree complex than Sherwood. It's par 72, 7,100 yards, so not that long. We got bent grass and rye fairways, bent grass greens. I think there's a little POA mixed in there, so I don't know what that really means for us, but primarily they're labeling it as bent grass. Let's see, the winner's going to take home $300,000 less than Kokrak took home yesterday at $1.4 million. We got 78 players coming into this no-cut event. Rickie Fowler, good news. Cancel Wheels Up or NetJets. You will be sticking around through the weekend. Let's see. So outside of what Jack said, so this is, I think this is kind of Malibu, right? I mean, you got the Santa Monica Mountains, you got the Hidden Valley, waterfalls, streams, the natural environment of Sherwood Valley and Lake Sherwood. So it should be a really, really great looking course. I mean, Shadow Creek, we're getting kind of a bonus, right? So Shadow Creek, not typically played there. I think that's the first PGA tournament that they had. They have had quite a few events at Sherwood though. Didn't Tiger host like the Hero World Challenge here for 3 or 4 years in a row? And I don't know, he may have won here more than anybody else. So I don't know. What does that mean for Tiger? We'll get into it a little bit. Probably not going to spend a whole lot of time. I may play him just for shits and giggles in the lineup, just to be nostalgic. Yeah. But well, here's the thing. He'll be sticking around all weekend, so he's on the Fowler bus. So
you will see a lot of him on TV, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So here's the kind of the unique thing about this. You've got 3 par 3s, 3 par 4s, and 3 par 5s. So traditionally, you wouldn't have that, right? So you've got 5 par 5s on this golf course, and then 2 of the par 4s, which you do not have Bryson DeChambeau here at this tournament. But I don't know that they're drivable. I haven't actually looked at the layout of the course, and it's been a minute since I've seen. I think they had some redesign with bunkers and with sand traps and the green contours in 2016. So I don't know that we've seen it since then. May have. I haven't seen it. If I did, I didn't pay attention. But I'd say you've got a kind of a stacked lineup here. Who are you missing? Well, you're missing DeChambeau. You're missing Brooks Koepka. But outside of that, I think, it's
pretty stacked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into this thing.
All right. Well, let's take a look. So no DJ again. So I don't know. I guess we've had another. So I think the protocol, you got to have like 2 back-to-back negative tests or something of the sort, right? So. So we're checking out Fantasy National. So again, we don't have a lot of course history here. Did your salaries update, by the way, in Fantasy National? Mine haven't updated.
Yeah, they're updated. Just refresh and go to the ZOZO DraftKings.
Yeah, let me get back to that. So using Fantasy National 2021 ZOZO DraftKings, looking at the last 24 rounds, not doing much outside of that. They've actually still got DJ listed. I don't know why they still have
they haven't listed, but
right. Yeah, but so DJ's out. Not surprising in a guy that I had in the lineup last week. X-Man
Yep.
You know, I think once again, he's probably the going to be the he's going to be in everybody's lineup. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to take that route this week. I'm gonna go in a different direction.
I will do that in a lineup. I'm going to take.
I will.
I like taking the X-Man. I like taking Justin Thomas, both in these lineups together because they're both no-cut kings.
Yeah, right. And well, I'll tell you who I like here, and maybe my one and done is Jon Rahm. I think that may be that may be. I mean, I guess you can't really call Jon Rahm a sleeper, but you know, he's fourth in draft. So I think, you know, in the way I'm looking at this thing, and I don't know how you're taking a look at it, but I'm going to look at DraftKings points rankings.
Yep.
And then just recent form. What have I seen? What are they doing? How are they doing? That kind of thing, you know. So you got two guys over 11,000, and that's X-Man and Jon Rahm. I don't have either of those guys in my primary lineup, and but again, I think they're going to be heavy chalk on those guys, right? So you know, I'm just kind of leaning in different directions where I think I'm going to still be able to score a lot of points, but I may not win the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got X-Man's at 11-2. He's second in DraftKings points. He's second shots gained total. He's fifth ball striking, you know, sixth putting. I mean, he's just light. First in putting. I'm sorry, first in putting. So, yeah, I mean, you got that's crazy. Ball striking, he's 20th. I'm sorry, I was looking at the
I mean, his numbers, his numbers are just ridiculous. And that's
and yours is showing Kokrak as third in DraftKings points. Last 24 rounds.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And that is a solid line. Last 24 rounds, third shots gained total, fifth ball striking, sixth in putting, third DraftKings points, sixth on approach. I mean, it's just some really good stuff.
Yeah. And at $8,600, I mean, you know, that's he's kind of there, you know. Once again, I mean, we've said it time and time again. It's, you know, that what, you know, what do you see when somebody wins a tournament and then coming off of that win, what are they going to do in the next tournament? Yeah. I'm steering away from that. Not to say that he's not going to have another good tournament. He's definitely going to make the weekend. So yeah, I'm going in a different direction.
We talked about it earlier though. So with Kokrak, and we'll just skip him later. We'll talk about him a little bit right now. Is he was sponsored by the MGM Grand. They own Shadow Creek. So who knows how many times he's played that thing, and nobody else had other than say like, you know, Tiger and Phil and those guys. Who else has gotten out there and gotten a chance to play that place as much as a Kokrak? So.
Yeah. He turned it on, man. I mean, it's, So I think Sherwood, you know, the secret recipe to golf, right? Hit greens and make putts. So, but I mean, he did exactly that. I mean, you couldn't have drawn it up any better. And that's exactly what he hit greens in regulation and he made putts. And that's, you know, and it was a victory. So, you know, I think that's where, you know, and the X-Man didn't. I mean, the X-Man on Sunday, I mean, he missed some greens, right? So, I mean, that's kind of where you go.
But let's be honest here. He's sponsored by the MGM. Kokrak is, right? I think it's on his shirt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he wins for the first time in Vegas. I'm not taking him this week. I'm not taking him this week.
I don't know how old he is, but I've you know, as I've gotten older, it takes a little longer for the fog to wear off. He is definitely going to be foggy showing up at in Thousand Oaks, California.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. So, all right. So JT, you got him. I don't have JT.
I don't. Again, I'm going to play him and Xander in the lineup together, but I don't have him in my primary one that we'll talk about on here. I mean, the JT's just lights out. He played well last week. Didn't play great. I played him in some lineups. You look at his scorecard here on DraftKings, last 24 rounds. Everything's great except for putting.
No, you mean Fantasy National. Fantasy National.
What'd I say?
DraftKings.
Oh, Fantasy National.
Yeah.
Everything's great except for putting. 57th. I mean, it's just blaring out there, you know, and it's like, come on, dude, get this thing under control, you know? So, but I'll play him. I mean, he's always in like the top 15, right?
Yeah.
So,
I don't have Rory. You know, I mean,
you played him last week?
No.
You did one and done with Rory, right? Or no?
No, I didn't.
No, you did Bubba. You did Bubba. You did Watson.
Yeah.
You played him recently though.
Yeah, I did a couple weeks ago, but I don't know. I'm just not, I don't, you know, everything's kind of middle of the road. The best stat that he has is he's ranked 10th in DraftKings points. So, you know, there you go.
Yeah.
But there's other value out there for me other than Rory at 10-4. Hatman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Ty could have he's ranked 13th in DraftKings points. I mean, he's got three categories that he's, 50 or worse. But he's still somehow getting it done. I mean, just coming off the win, in Europe a couple of weeks ago. So,
Yeah.
I did have him. I did some adjusting and finagling, and I went with some other people that I think have, I guess it's kind of hard to say, better form than what he's showing up with, because he's playing good golf. I'm just wondering is fatigue going to set in, right? I mean, was he kind of riding adrenaline through this past weekend, and is fatigue going to set in next week? And it's just kind of, hey, I just need to go out there and kind of tune up. So I don't know. We'll see.
I took him just because I was like, man, I mean, first at the BMW PGA in the European Tour, then he's third last week. I mean, so even if he had fatigue, he still was right there the entire time.
Yeah.
He didn't play well at the US Open. Tour Championship, he was 7th. BMW, he was 16th. Northern Trust, 25th. I mean, the guy has been playing really good golf. We talked a lot about him in the restart, and he was playing so well. And then he had a little bit of a lull. And I mean, what I saw last week was fantastic, and he's one of my favorite guys to watch for sure. Did you see him when he did he hit the iron and did the club toss?
I may have missed that one.
I'll have to show you that.
Was that on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it was on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, I was playing golf, so yeah.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. But yeah, I'm playing him. I mean, for $10,000. You said he was 13th, I think.
13th. Yeah, 13th in DK points. Yeah. No, it's a good play. Again, I had him in here, and I had to do some. I just couldn't afford with the other people that I wanted to take. It was they took precedence. So
come on, man. Adam Scott's not that expensive this week.
I've got him. He's the only player in one of my lineups. I refuse to put other scrubs in there with that god of a man. Good Lord.
So let me guess, you're going to take one and done. It's going to be Adam Scott this week. And then next week I'm going to go, can I get an exemption? Can I get an exemption?
Hey, I mean, due to COVID, I need to get an exemption on this. I did get my flu shot. Hey, I did get my flu shot today. So I could, hold on. Let me see if I've got a temperature. It could be sick. It could be the whiskey too. It could be this 1792 foolproof heating me up. Let's see. All right. So Morikawa, now here's an interesting thing about Morikawa. So he's ranked 11th in DraftKings points. What's he got? The highest stat that he has is around the green, which is 29th. However, when you're 8th in approach, I don't really know that you have to worry about around the green. And he went to school just down the street, man. So I'm sure he's got some history here. I can't imagine that he didn't. I think it said he won a tournament here in college.
Okay.
So I was really wanted to get some Morikawa action. I think I'm probably going to take a little different strategy than you. I'm probably going to play Morikawa and X-Man just to save a little bit, save $1,000 or so there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think I'm probably going to pair those two guys together.
He played pretty well last week, right? Didn't he finish in the top 10 or so? Was it? I thought I saw him late in the day, right? 12th.
Yeah. All right. So but all in all, I mean, any of these, what do you got? Top 1, 2, 4, top 6 guys. And you got Morikawa just under $10,000 at 9,800. I mean, there's value there. There's value there for sure. Yeah. Now I'll tell you where I did go. So I did pick Webb Simpson. Recent form, he's $9,700, and that's my most expensive guy. And so he's ranked 16 in DraftKings points. There is no cut line here, so he is going to play the weekend. And let's see, short game, he's second. Strokes gained, total, he's number 6. I like Webb. I think he's going to score points, and I think you've got these other guys in there. I don't know that he's going to be one of the heavier played guys. I mean, we could get him in the single digit percentages, which I think is it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I like Webb. I didn't play Webb in this primary, but I'm sure I will on some of those for sure. You can't go away from Webb. Yeah, and $9,700 is a good value for him. I mean, it's expensive. Don't get me wrong, it's expensive, but he's right there.
Yeah. So yes, I did, Dan. Oh, yes, I did.
I think he's getting warmed up, buddy. He is.
Oh, yes, I did.
He is coming after Augusta hard. Yeah.
Might we see another 2-time Masters champion this year? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what P. Reed does this week. He's ranked 7th in DraftKings points. He had a hell of a showing. I think he came in 3rd or T3 or 3rd in at the BMW Championship. I think it was Heathrow's where they played, I believe. Yeah, Heathrow. Yeah, so he's gotten back. He and Kez have had a week to rest up, get some range time in, probably a good glass of bourbon, maybe a stogie,
some chicken wings
for sure. And I'm liking Patrick Reed, man. I don't know if this was a foggy night and I was confused, or maybe a foggy morning. I swear that I saw it. I guess I could look it up, but that Patrick Reed is leading the European PGA Tour.
He could be.
So, I'm like, holy shit, Pat, go ahead, son. Go ahead, Patrick. So, see, I like Patrick across the board. His highest stat, what is he? Around the green is 26. Once again, I don't think that's any concern there. And at $9,600, I'm feeling good about that.
Yeah.
So those are my 2 horses I'm riding this week, man. I think the par 5s are going to set up nice for those guys, being given the 5 par 5s. And, I'm liking those guys to score. I'm not going to take either of them in my one and done, but I do like them just from a straight up DraftKings scoring scenario.
Did Tony not play last week?
He was, I thought he was on no, he didn't. I thought he was on the COVID.
No, I know he was. I thought he's coming back. I guess it's the second week out, just like
second week.
Yeah, all right.
Yep, second week. So I didn't play Tony. I didn't even really consider it. No real reason not to. I think that Tony's a solid play in this kind of format. No cut, even with a cut. I mean, Tony's solid, but again, for $9,500, I didn't have anything there. Patrick Cantlay is another one that I was like, maybe. But he's ranked 51st in DraftKings points, and I don't know, it's kind of, and his approach shot, he's ranked 51st as well. So it's kind of like, well, there's only 78 players out there. I mean, I could see him kind of working his way down to the bottom of the barrel, man, and again, he was pretty hot in the beginning, when we, in the comeback. What did he win?
Who, Cantlay?
Yeah. Didn't he win? Trying to get,
he was playing well at Muirfield.
He didn't win anything. Scratch that.
No, he didn't win anything, but not this year. Yeah,
eighth at the Shriners, the CJ Cup. Yeah, he did play. Oh, this is Cantlay though. Yeah, so he was 38th last week, 8th at Shriners, 43rd at the Open, 12 BMW, missed cut and trust. And so, Workday Charity was 7th. So
recent form hadn't been that great. Yeah.
No,
he's expensive for what he's getting right these days.
Yes, I think he's extremely expensive for what you're going to get out of that guy. Got nothing for Hideki. He's just too shaky, man. 28th in points at $9,300. I'll tell you who I didn't play, but I did have him in here and I pulled him out. Who did I replace him with? I guess maybe Patrick Reed, is Viktor Hovland. So I think Vic may have. I kind of like Vic here. He's 25th in DraftKings points. But still at $9,200, I'm kind of looking around at some of these guys. I'm going like, oh, I think this is the kind of track where you can get it done. It's it's just are things going to come together? I think putting. It's kind of been the struggle for him. Sorry, just trying to kind of get over here. But he's positive in all categories, really. I mean, so putting's kind of flat, I'd say. He was 12th last week, 13th at the Open, 20th Tour Championship. So, I mean, it's not a bad play. I mean, if you're a Hovland fan, I mean, that's you like to see him in your lineups. I mean, I think that's definitely a way to go. Dan, you want to talk about your woo?
I like Hovland. He's sneaky good because he hasn't been showing up on the leaderboards like big time, but he was 12th last week and then 13th at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
I might play him as a one and done this week because I like it. It's a condensed field, right? There's no cut. I might play Hovland as my one and done. I'm thinking about that.
Right.
He's been sneaky good, and I think he's going to break out.
Yeah.
Wolff, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know anybody named Wolff.
Why didn't you tell me you were calling the Wolf?
Yeah, definitely didn't call the Wolf last week. Good Lord.
Oh,
I think that Wolf went to the wrong house.
It's like, hey, little boy, you want some candy? And he's like, I have two. And it's like, whoa, I didn't know it was going to make me feel like that.
Good Lord.
I mean, hey, seriously, like I felt like friggin' Matt. I don't know how Matt Wolff felt on Sunday. Yeah, actually, the whole tournament. But I played like I think he felt on Sunday.
There you go.
I mean, I couldn't have hit the ball worse. I'm like going, holy shit, I'm going to have to stop watching Matthew Wolff because it's rubbing off on me. Good
Man,
Lord.
that was brutal. Yeah, that was brutal. Stay away. He'll probably bounce back, but just stay away. Yeah. I'm not asking for an exemption there.
So Tiger Woods, I think he's won like the most tournaments at Sherwood or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, something crazy.
Yeah.
There's some crazy stat. But I don't know. I mean, he won the ZOZO last year in Japan. And I mean, I don't know. Has he been playing that bad? I would say no. Has he been playing that much? I would also say no. So I don't know, man. I at $9,000, I think that's a little pricey. I mentioned it earlier. I'll move on, but I may stick him in a lineup with somebody just so I can say I did it. I mean, we don't have many more years. We ain't going to be able to put him in a lineup.
And I see him probably a top 20 at least,
Well, I'm definitely giving him a top 78.
Necessarily top 20 with that kind of field knowledge, not field knowledge, but the course knowledge and history and all. I mean, I think he'll probably play fine here, but yeah, I don't see him like, tearing it up kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't either. Too much to keep up with out there, man.
Yeah.
So Berger, 28th last week. Hadn't seen him since the U.S. Open since. So 30.
He's kind of cooled off. Yeah.
He's definitely cooled off. Yeah.
Harris English played pretty well last week, didn't he?
Well, let me tell you, not only did Harris English play really well, Harris English found his way into my lineup.
Oh, did he? He's in mine too.
Yeah, we had him in a 10 seat last week. He did not. He missed the cut at the Shriners, 4th at the U.S. Open, 12th at the Tour Championship, 40 BMW, 2 Northern Trust, 23 Wyndham. I got another top 10 out of Harris English this week for sure.
Yeah, I like him here.
He's ranked. He's 9th in DraftKings points. He's first around the green, which, as I mentioned earlier, it's like, does that really matter here? I don't think it's going to matter that much. But everything that the guy's doing is, it is solid. The dude, he's kind of reshaped his body. He's gone down the opposite of Bryson DeChambeau, and I think Harris English has got something, man. I mean that it ain't going to be my one and done.
Recent form's good. Recent
form is fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't have Bubba Watson again this week. I don't know why, because last week I think he was T10 also. So that's, good stuff. Just scoring wise, he's ranked 20th. So for $8,700, I took a pass on him and I moved on down the board to people that tend to score better in DraftKings. So,
Yep. We talked about Kokrak already.
About Kokrak, yeah. Even though he is 3rd in DraftKings points, I would say last weekend helped him out a lot.
Yeah,
exactly. This past weekend. Tommy Fleetwood, I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
He's cooled off. I mean, he could pop, but he's cool right now. Yeah.
Joaquin Niemann again, $8,400. I did play him a couple weeks ago, paid off. I think I played him at the CJ too, and
good history there.
Yeah.
Or not good history, but I mean, good recent form there. Yeah.
Good recent form at $8,400. I couldn't go that direction. I had to, and I couldn't go. I didn't play him. Didn't play Fitzpatrick. Scheffler burned my ass last week, so Scheffler's definitely cooled off.
Yeah.
I am sticking though. I'm sticking on the Russell Henley train.
I got him too. I think I picked everybody you picked.
Do you have my passcode? No, seriously. Have you? Because I did get a note that said I had a login from an unknown device. Do you have my passcode?
Exactly.
So I did take the Henley train. So you go ahead.
I'm going to play Neiman in some lineups, though.
I probably will too. I think that Neiman Henley pairing right there, right now, the way those guys are playing, I think that those are two solid picks at 8,100 and 8,400. I think that's really solid, man. I think that's two good people. I think you could start with those two guys and build your lineup around them.
Yeah, the other one you skipped over that I'm probably going to play in some lineups as well is Fitzpatrick. I've seen some good things out of him from a recent form perspective. So he was 12th last week. He missed the cut of the U.S. Open. He was sixth at the BMW. So he's been turning the corner, but we'll see. So.
Yeah, and second in putting. So I mean, that's there's no doubt Fitzpatrick's good. I just couldn't afford him. So
yeah, well, Henley. I mean, so yeah, you and I are both playing him. I mean, third last week. I played him in some lineups last week, did well with him. 27th at the Shriners, 25th at the BMW, 8th at Northern Trust, 9th at the Wyndham. So, yeah, I mean, he's been on a good streak. He's been on a really good streak. Hit the ball well.
Yep. Sanjay, still, I'm not trusting Sanjay yet. Even though he had a good showing last week or this at the CJ, didn't he? Oh no, never mind. He was 45th. Yeah, so.
And he was supposed to have a good showing last week.
He was supposed to,
considering the whole event was all about. You know.
Yeah. So he didn't do anything. Adam Scottie, good day, mate.
He's in my lineup.
I don't have him in my primary.
I got him in mine.
I couldn't afford him with the other guys that I had. However, could have a little one and done sleeper pick coming up here.
22nd at the PGA. 58th Northern Trust, 25th BMW, 38th U.S. Open. Not great for Adam Scott, right? I mean, but he hadn't played that much.
He hadn't been playing much, man.
Yeah. So if you look at the last 24 rounds, ball striking is 42nd. I mean, still in the green, right? Approach 48th. The irons haven't been that great. Putting 29th. I like what I've seen from a recent form from him. I do. So I think he's going to play for $7,900.
No, I know. But that's...
Yeah, he should be $8,700.
Yes, I would agree. So here's the thing. It was like, do I go Henley or do I go Adam? And I couldn't let my man crush get in the way of this because Henley is hot right now, dude. And I think that he is hot.
Yep.
So I couldn't let my man crush get in the way. I had to step aside, but I will play him. Because I'm going to be watching him all.
I'm going to win this week because I'm taking all of your old pals, and you're not taking any of them. I took Answer as well.
Oh, did you? I didn't take Answer. I didn't take Answer.
I took the Answer man too. So last week, 28th, he was 4th at the Shriners, 56th at the U.S. Open, 18th toward championship, and again striking the ball better from what I've been seeing. 47th in the last 24 rounds, 15th in putting. That's going to help. Short game 25th. So his short game's been really great, but the ball striking hasn't been that great, in the last 24 rounds. But that's
kind of his cup of tea, man. I mean, that's his game is ball striking.
I know, but I like what I've been seeing lately, right? So if you look at where he did it at the Shriners, he was 4th. I mean, he's inching his way back up. I'm seeing the momentum build with him back up. Yep. How many times did you take Rickie Fowler?
So the U.S. Open, he lost almost 7 strokes putting.
Who did?
Rickie Fowler.
Oh.
At the U.S. Open. He was 28th last week, by the way. In a no-cut event. He missed the cut at the Shriners. And it was like he missed. So total strokes, 5. Tee to green, 8. Approach, 8. 7.5. I'm rounding up. It's in his interest. Helping his handicap. Memorial missed the cut. PGA missed the cut. RBC missed the cut. Charles Schwab missed the cut. I mean, he's got almost as many missed cuts as he does made cuts.
Yeah.
And he's changed the putter.
Well, that's because he missed the 6 and almost 7 points at the U.S. Open. He probably tanked that one so he could show how nice this new putter is.
It's possible. But here's the thing, and it's like but I mean. And Rickie Fowler, like I would say in his career, in his golf game, putting is his strong suit. So now he's like, hey, JT, what's that putter again you're using? Okay. Yeah. Get me one. And guess who the only red mark in their Fantasy National strokes gained scorecard is his putting. So it wouldn't surprise me if JT has Rickie Fowler's old putter in the bag this week. It's like, come on. It's like, hold on. You're taking the putter of the guy that's like, and JT's the same way. I mean, JT's a great putter, But I don't get it. I mean, and it's, if you got something in your head, you got to switch it up and you got to change things. You got to break that monotony. But
all right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Cheers.